Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking about I begged and I got her back. So, one of the things that we instinctually do when somebody breaks up with us is beg for them to work it out with us. You know, what happens is, because we're wired to connect, because we're built to have emotional connections with other people, when that connection is severed or disrupted and we feel disconnected from other people, it sends us into a primal panic where we just get this tremendous amount of separation anxiety, fear, loss. We feel like, literally, we feel like we're gonna die. And it's all because, you know, like I explained, has to do with our caregivers and our relationships and our attachments with our caregivers, that if we lost our caregivers at an early age, we would die. So that's still ingrained in us. And so when we feel that disconnection, we feel like we're going to die. And it's instinctual. It's not something you can control. Well, you can manage the anxiety, but those waves of emotion that come up, those waves of anxiety that overtake you, that is like instinct, right? So, what do? Well, we're terrified of being abandoned, so we do whatever, you know, it seems like the logical idea. Beg. I'm going to beg this person to stay. Please, just give us another chance. If you just give me one more chance so I can make it work, I can change, I'll do this, I'll do that. And it doesn't really work. But in this video, I'm going to share an exception to the rule. So, let me get to an email. I've got 2 emails for this video. I'm going to get to the first one, where it says, "Hi Craig, I wanted to say excellent channel. I've learned so much from you, and I appreciate you setting up our Skype coaching so quickly. My ex and I had been going out for about 3.5 years. About 2 months ago, she broke up with me. She said something felt off between us and had been for some time. I panicked. I was in total shock. I started crying, begging, and pleading for her to give me another chance. She agreed." All you guys right now are like, "What? I don't believe this. This guy gets another shot. I would kill for another chance. If she just took me back and when I begged her, I would have things fixed. Everything would be turned around." Well, my friends, let's see how this turns out, shall we? Alright. So, she said she couldn't stand to see me so upset. I was beyond ecstatic. I thanked her over and over. I took her to dinner. I brought her flowers. Gave her a love letter that told her how much I loved her. Then, after 2 weeks, she broke up with me again. See, guys, keep in mind, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. You guys have been thinking, oh my God, if she had just given me another chance when she begged. Let's see what happened here. He said, "I didn't understand. I thought I was doing everything right." Well, let's put yourself in her shoes for a minute. And that's hard to do when you're feeling tremendous amounts of anxiety. Because of those of you guys that have just gotten broken up with, your anxiety level is so high that you probably have a hard time even concentrating and focusing. I get that. But try and imagine what it's like for this girl, right? He's begging her for another chance. So she does it out of guilt. She gives him another chance, not because she's feeling attracted to him and wants to be with him. It's just like, oh, I can't stand to see this guy suffering. And she's feeling pity for you guys in that moment. And this goes for you too, ladies out there, that if you begged your man to come back and he comes back out of pity, it's not gonna work. They have to stay in the relationship because they want to. Begging is bad, because if you do guilt them, this is what happens. It won't last a couple more weeks. You know, in this situation, this girl is already feeling trapped. She's trying to say, you know, I want to end this relationship, and you're like, please, no, one more chance. And, you know, I get that. You know, we've all had that feeling before, but it just makes them, like, want to kick you away and push away even harder. This guy was overcompensating. He was doing all these nice things as a way to, like, bribe her, you know? Flowers and the cards and the letters, and it turns women off when it comes on like that. Not that ladies don't like those things. They do. But they want you to do it because you're genuinely doing it for to let them know you were thinking about them, not to manipulate. Because this behavior was to manipulate. If you think about it, it wasn't authentic. It was, please don't leave me. I'll do anything that you want. Here's flowers. I can buy you with candy, flowers, cards, chocolates, whatever. That's not going to cause attraction. That's just not the way it works. So, on top of that, he's declaring his feelings for her and making her feel even more smothered and more trapped than she was already feeling. So, if you beg someone to give you another chance, and they do, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get a very short-lived and temporary period where she's just thinking, I don't know why I did that. You know, I remember, you know, some of the girls that I've dated begging me to give them another chance, and it's just like sickening in a way, because it's like you care about this person. You're like, please don't. I don't want you to go through that. You know, and I would always try and be very reasonable and kind in the way that I did it. And just explain, you know, you were unhappy, I was unhappy, it wasn't working, you know. But you don't want to see somebody beg, because it's just like you feel like better than them on some level, you know. And you can't make your partner feel better than you. You both want to be equals in the relationship. So, I have another email to get to, and this one is from a woman, and I think you guys are going to find this helpful too. This is great that she emailed this, because this is going to be really informative. Alright, so she says, "Hi Craig, I am hooked on your channel. I look forward to your videos every day. I honestly cannot even tell you how much you have opened my eyes to relationships." Well, thank you for the kind words. "I'm going to set up a Skype coaching with you as soon as I can, as I want to talk to you about my attachment issues." That's great. Because attachment issues are really a lot of the reasons, as a matter of fact, most of the reasons, that we're not having healthy relationships. So I can definitely work with you guys on figuring out what's going on with your attachment trauma, and why it's affecting your current relationships. It's going to be so powerful. Let me go on with this email. This is a really good email. She says, "I know you talk about guys wanting to beg their girlfriend to take them back, so I wanted to share my thoughts on what it's like for us girls when a guy begs us to give them another chance." So now you're going to see from a woman's perspective what it's like. She says, "I have had 3 major boyfriends in my life. I broke up with all of them for various reasons. 2 of the guys were absolutely crushed when I broke up with them. I felt really guilty. I hated hurting them. They both cried, and I don't know what happened inside me, but I kind of look down on them. I know, I sound awful, but I think it just makes us lose respect. It wasn't so much that they did it as soon as I broke up with them, because you can't control a gut reaction. It was that they were still crying several months later. I know it's so bad because, like in your story where you cried at in Applebee's, she's referring to me. Thanks for bringing that up. I'll be honest with you guys, it was brutal. I did. It wasn't so much about my ex that I was crying about. It was really about because I really missed her daughter, who I was absolutely looked at as like my own daughter. So that's why I was so upset. She said this really bad, really sad story that just ripped my heart out the second she told me. And it was basically about how much her daughter missed me. So that's when it was like, that's it, I'm done. Waterworks, I looked like Niagara Falls attacked my face. It was ridiculous. So, alright, so she says, I see both sides of it now. I see that you're just this incredibly sweet and caring guy who has a huge heart. Well, thank you. But if I was on the other end of that table, I don't think I would have given you another chance either. You see, guys? Even I can't get away with this. Alright. She says, I guess we look at this strong guy that we are attracted to and see him as this emotional mess. I don't want someone who is more emotional than I am. I'm supposed to be the girl, right? It's not fair, I know. Men should be able to express their feelings and cry in front of us. It's kind of sick because part of me wants him to cry over me, but part of me doesn't. That's fair, isn't it? I want you to cry over me, but if you do, that's it. I'm not going to do that. She says, when he does, I guess I feel like I have all the power and it just kills the attraction. Please don't hate me. I just want to share that so I can help the guys. By the way, I did take back the other guy who I had broken up with. He did a lot of the things that you're talking about in the videos, but when I gave him another chance, he hadn't changed. So they didn't work out. Alright, one last thing. Me and two of my girlfriends wanted to personally recommend our favorite videos by Craig. Okay, so they got 5 videos here from ladies recommending to you guys. I guess these videos made them feel understood. So these are the 5 that they gave. The reason couples argue, what's a love language, we can't stop arguing, she wants you to hear her, and am I ready for a relationship? So, when you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Right in the center of the page it says schedule coaching. We can do email coaching together. We can do Skype coaching together for an hour. You'll love that. But, you know, pick whichever option works best for you. If you like the video, put a like on there, leave your comments below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel because I do post videos Monday through Friday. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.